Hi, wrestling fans. We hope your holiday season has been wonderful for you and your family. Boyd Pierce is on a well-deserved Christmas vacation. We're looking forward to the greatest year ever in 1984 here on Mid-South Wrestling. Lots of great things happening. A lot of new stars are on the way to Mid-South. Today, we will see Hacksaw Duggan against the Turncoat, Crusher Darso. Also, a great television main event, Leaping Lanny Poffo and the Iceman King Parsons against Hacksaw Butch Reed and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. A great one of the newcomers on the way, Terry Taylor, also the Midnight Express. But right now, courtesy of the Mid-South cameras, we're going to give you some more of that insight into what it takes to pay the price. You know, without pain, there is no gain, is an old saying in sports. And we're going to see right now how Wrestling 2 has been driving Magnum TA to seek his quest for a championship.
It's been another grueling day in the training regimen of Magnum Terry Allen, and these workouts conducted by Mr. Wrestling 2, Magnum TA's coach. We've seen several hours of viewing film of previous matches by Mr. 2 and Magnum Terry Allen. Also, we've been on the 5-mile run out in the freezing cold weather. Now we're in the gymnasium, and Mr. Wrestling 2 is taking Magnum TA through some stretching exercises. Let's watch what they're doing now and go over and get a closer look.
Side to side. Side to side. Hold it. Let me show you. Look, get your legs far apart as you can. You want to stretch this in here. Get that good and tight. You come out, toes up in the air. Okay, from here, down, down, down. Get all the way down, down. From one to side, down, down. Okay? Come on.
Throughout this grueling workout that has been overseen by Mr. Wrestling 2, Magnum Terry Allen has been put through his paces, I must say, but it's also looked to me like that you have really emphasized the lower body. I know that you gave the analogy about the table legs, but can you give us just a little bit more information about the emphasizing of the lower body in these workouts?
Well, like I said before, I'm trying to develop power and strength and drive. And as you can see right now, we're going to do some, come on, Terry, go on with this. That's it. Now, this is, of course, develops the upper muscles in here in your thigh and gives you good leg lift, leg power. So once again, it goes into driving power.
Just like the U.S. mail, in all kinds of weather, under all conditionings, your training must go on. And remember, without pain, there is no gain. And we've seen a little bit further of what the price is that each of these top stars has to pay in order to dominate their sport. We'll be back with more action with Jim Ross, and Magnum TA will get to join in as Wrestling 2 wrestles Larry Higgins, and of course TA will get to give some insight about his coach now. We'll be back after these messages from Mid-South.
Wrestling fans, before we go to the ring for the next great bout between Mr. Wrestling 2 and Big Larry Higgins, my associate here at Mike's side will be Magnum TA. And Magnum TA, I know all the people should know by now that you have a tremendous alliance with Mr. Wrestling 2, and I know that you're sitting here with not only as an interested fan, but also as a very interested friend of Mr. Wrestling 2.
Yes, the time we spend in the gym, I've gained a great deal of admiration for the man. Outside of his 25 years of wrestling experience, he's just a great person all around, Joe.
Well, he's a great man, and it should be a great match between him and Big Larry Higgins. Let's go to the ring now, and your ring announcer, Boyd Pierce.
This event, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. On my right in the red corner from Buffalo, New York, 295 pounds, Larry Higgins. Across the ring, in the blue corner, 236 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Wrestling number 2.
As we said, it will be Mr. Wrestling 2 against Big Larry Higgins. The referee is Johnny Martinez. One fall with a 10-minute time limit. Magnum Terry Allen here with me at Mike's side, and Magnum TA, I hope that you will be able to give the fans some of your tremendous insight, because I've got to believe that at this point in time in the Mid-South area, you know Mr. Wrestling 2 better than anyone.
Well, I've spent a great deal of time studying under his guidance. the man is always on guard. And there he is, backed up against the rope. He was aware of the possibility of the man taking a sucker punch at him as he did, and he was able to outmaneuver him.
Well, as we see this match, I'm sure that we will also be hearing from Magnum TA some of the things that Mr. Wrestling 2 has been teaching you, because definitely as far as size and strength is concerned, Big Larry Higgins at 295 has a definite advantage, Magnum, as far as weight and strength is concerned. But Mr. Wrestling 2 has got just that vast experience, and I know that you can elaborate more on that.
Well, yes, you see him using this wrestling experience to his advantage here. He's got a man much larger, much stronger than himself, and he's taking this man off his feet. Once you take a man's legs away from him and put him down on the mat, everybody's the same size.
Well, that's exactly right. Mr. Wrestling 2 has the legs of Big Larry Higgins tied up, and Higgins trying to make his way to the sanctuary of the ropes, and he does that. Referee Martinez calling for the break. Mr. Wrestling 2 gets up. That knee looks like when he gets up, it's automatically cocked and ready to unload.
The man's always prepared to throw that devastating knee, and that's what makes it such a devastating hold. Here you see him executing a very, very nice leg takedown, and you notice he's going back to that leg. Once he finds a weakness in his opponent, he's going to continue to work on that throughout the match. That's going to be his key plan in defeating Larry Higgins. As he works on this leg, he's trying to wear him down, and set the man up eventually for that big knee.
One of the things I think, in addition to the mental toughness aspect that he's instilling in you, one of the things I've got to think that will stay with you for a long, long time is planning strategy. He is a master at planning a ring strategy, and I know he's executing that right now, and that's something I know we've talked about.
Yes, the man definitely is a master. A man that has been around 25 years and wrestled the toughest competition in the world as he has got to have some tremendous strategy, because you can't always be the strongest or the fastest, but you have to be the smartest, and that's the key to Wrestling 2's success, and that's a key that I'm trying to institute myself in my own wrestling.
Well, thus far, Mr. Wrestling 2, his game plan has to be to take the big man off his feet and work on that leg. But Larry Higgins coming back, that's not a sophisticated wrestling maneuver. It's a big right hand right to the jaw.
You know, Larry Higgins has got everything to gain and nothing to lose in this match. If he defeats Wrestling 2, he would be defeating a legend.
Higgins making his way to those ropes once again, and that's got to be frustrating for an athlete. Right there, a cheap shot by Larry Higgins. A cheap shot by Higgins, and now he's trying to turn the tide on Mr. Wrestling 2.
Well, cheap shots and shortcuts, I call them, because a man can't out-counter him for wrestling hold, so it had to result of those cheap shots. And now he's got two in a little bit of precarious position, but there's two reversing the hold, moving out of the way.
Mr. Wrestling 2 going right back to work on that leg of Larry Higgins. He's taking it over to the bottom strand of ring ropes. Mr. Wrestling 2 coming right down on the knee, and that could cause some tremendous ligament damage right there.
Tremendous damage. You know, the man can deal it out as well as take it. He can go out there and he can wrestle clean, or he can fight you just as dirty tooth and nail as his opponent wants to get. Here he's giving everything to Larry Higgins that he can handle. And that's that big knee. What a devastating move that is.
The knee lift by Mr. Wrestling 2, counting 1, 2, and 3. And referee Johnny Martinez calling for the bell. I want to thank Magnum TA for being here. Mr. Wrestling 2 the winner. And we'll be back with more Mid-South Wrestling action after this word from the Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.
This event, one fall with a 10-minute time limit, holding the flag at 303 pounds from Minnesota, Crusher Darso. Helping him fold the flag from Moscow, Russia, Nikolai Volkov. His opponent entering the ring, 275 pounds from New York City, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Well, Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Crusher Darso in this match of Mid-South Wrestling. And here with me at my side is the king, Jerry Lawler. And Jerry, this one started off like a house of fire, just like we knew it would.
Well, it sure has, Jim. You know, I wrestled all over the country. This is my first time down here in Mid-South Wrestling. I've heard nothing but good things about it. One of the hotbeds of professional wrestling, and a match just like this proves that that's exactly true. Hacksaw Duggan and this Crusher Darso, what a feud they've got going.
Oh, yeah, they certainly do. Of course, Jim Duggan is truly an All-American, a great former college football player at SMU, former pro football player with the Atlanta Falcons. He's America personified, and going against the turncoat, a man that I've talked to many, many times. I can't figure him out, neither can anybody else, Crusher Darsow. He's betrayed his country, his friends, his family, everything. He's thrown everything away to go with Nikolai Volkov, a man from Russia, a man that's extremely proud of his homeland. And Jerry, I know you have a lot of patriotic, everybody at this point in time, the Americans have been rallying around. We've got to stand up and take a stand. We're Americans. I know you feel the same way.
Well, absolutely. I feel the same way. I feel the same way that every person that you see out in that audience feels. As you can see, the hundreds of people are standing on their feet. They're waving the American flag. They're shouting USA. And, you know, I can't understand, just like you say, I can't understand a guy like Crusher Darsow who would throw all this to the wind to team up with a guy like Nikolai Volkov. I think that, you know, it's just a matter of time before he learns the mistake he's made, and he's in the ring right now with a gentleman who may just show him the error of his ways.
That's exactly right. And, of course, if you join us late, wrestling fans, I'm Jim Ross, and here at Mike's side with me, Jerry the King Lawler, and I'm very happy to have him here to add some great expert commentary and some of the inside things that are going on. You know, Darsow is tremendously strong. He's been working out with Volkov. Volkov has a 600-pound one-hand deadlift to his credit. He's training Darsow in the same regiment. Darsow extremely strong, as is evidenced there by that maneuver on Hacksaw Duggan.
Well, he threw Duggan across the ring like a feather there. You can tell the guy is about as powerful as they come, but it just takes a big arm like that to put him flat on his back. The old saying always comes true. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and Duggan is a man that no matter how big they are, he can put them down.
Well, they've outlawed two maneuvers in the NFL. One's the clothesline and one's a spear, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan has mastered them both to perfection in the squared circle, where it is a legal maneuver.
That could finish him right there. No.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Crusher Darsow. Darsow at 303 pounds. And Jerry, there's not an ounce of fat on that man.
No, and you can see the bond that these two, well, there he went for Duggan's maneuver. Oh,
whoa.
My gosh, he knocked the referee right out of the ring on his head.
The referee hit the concrete, hit his head on the concrete.
Here comes the spear. He's down, that could be it.
And Volkov, look at
Volkov's
Volkov.
in the ring.
Volkov seizing the moment. Volkov seizing the moment. Look at Volkov is covering Duggan. Volkov's covering.
It's the wrong man. It's
the wrong man. Volkov is covering Duggan. And Martinez, who looks to be out on his feet, has called for the bell.
It's the wrong man.
Jerry Lawler here, everyone has seen it, that Darsow and Volkov has switched places. Darsow was the man in the ring.
Oh, then here comes Magnum TA. He's gonna.
Magnum TA is telling Johnny Martinez. I'm sure he was watching the action from the dressing room on the monitor.
All the people are trying to tell the referee. The referee, in his defense, was not completely out of the ring there. Here's another referee.
Hopefully we'll get this situation taken care of right here. Referee Pee Wee Anderson coming down. The referees are having a conference there, and Martinez has reversed the decision. The winner of the match is Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Watch it.
Boy, I tell you, we've got a Pier 6 brawl now. We've got four men in the ring, and Jerry, they're going at it. They're going at it. Magnum TA is squared off with Darsow, and look at Duggan and the big Russian. Here comes Reed.
Hacksaw Reed in from outside.
And we know that Reed and TA, look at the TA reverses it. Reed goes into the post. There's no love lost between TA and Hacksaw Butch Reed. And Reed goes into the post, and the referee goes out. And now here comes Neidhart. Here comes Reed's tag team partner. He locks up with Duggan.
Here comes Reed back in the ring. They've got these guys in a bad way. They need some help.
We've got TA and Jim Duggan are at a disadvantage. One referee's laid on the floor. Martinez is out again. Boy, we've got everybody in the ring.
Here comes Wrestling 2.
Mr. Wrestling 2's coming to the ring. Here comes Leaping Lanny Poffo and the Iceman.
That'll straighten some things out up there.
Referee's calling for the bell. Volkov and Darsow, Neidhart and Reed making a quick exit. We have a winner. The winner is Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and then a Pier 6 brawl ensued. Thanks very much to Jerry Lawler for being here, and wrestling fans, we'll be back with more wrestling action after this word from the Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.
Your next event, tag team match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit at 220 pounds from Union City, Tennessee, Coco Ware. His team partner, 202 pounds, Birmingham, Alabama, Mike Jackson. Their opponents.
That's good, Boyd Pierce. That's enough. Let me ask you something. Where did you get that suit? The guy couldn't guess your weight or what, huh? Did you lose a bet? Let me tell you something. As you know by now, my name is Jimmy Cornette, the most successful manager in professional wrestling, and I manage the most awesome tag team of all time, of all professional wrestling. The Loverboy, Dennis Condrey, and beautiful Bobby Eaton. Ladies and gentlemen, the Midnight Express.
The Midnight Express making their way into the ring. You heard that very boastful and egotistical manager, Jim Cornette, introducing them. Referee for this confrontation, tag team action, one fall with a 10-minute time limit, will be Pee Wee Anderson. And I will have the privilege, if you want to call it that, of having Jim Cornette join me at Mike's side here to offer his insight, as only he can do. And Jim Cornette will be here to talk about the Midnight Express.
As you can see, the Midnight Express, you know, a lot of people have been saying, these two men, they have such tremendous teamwork. Are they exactly alike? And I said, no, look at him right here, just lulling the man into a false sense of security. I say, no, these men are not exactly alike. You can see Dennis is the cooler one, the calmer one, more methodical. He takes his man down, takes him to the mat, and systematically takes him apart. Beautiful Bobby up there, he's just a little bit wilder. Sometimes he goes off. It doesn't seem like he cares what happens to himself or his opponent. That's why they're so great, because they encompass all styles. Look, just lulling the man into a false sense of security right now, that's how they can do what they do in the ring.
Well, he doesn't seem too secure at this point in time in my book.
Oh, this is merely an illusion. What's happening right now is that he's feeling the man out. He's seeing what the guy can do. Look at there, he's got things well in hand right now. You know, everybody also has been coming up to me the past few weeks in the Mid-South, and they're saying, Jimmy Cornette, beautiful Bobby and Loverboy Dennis, they're not quite as big as the teams we're used to seeing. And I say that's exactly correct, and that is a part of their success also, Jim Ross, because they're quick, they're agile, they strike and then they're gone. They strike like a snake, cut like a knife, and then they're gone under cover of the night. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying. I also understand that Coco Ware has got that full Nelson. He's got it firmly locked in.
Coco Ware, if I paid a nickel for him, I'd get change back. Do you understand what I'm saying, Jim Ross? This is just an illusion. They are lulling the men into false sense of security. There, as you can see, they have things well in hand once again. And there you see the strength of Dennis Condrey. He has the ability to match strength and speed with a 300-pounder and come away successful.
Well, Coco Ware trying to fight back against...
Coco Ware, all he's doing is trying to fight back. Beautiful Bobby will take things into command right there, as you can see.
And Coco Ware with a tremendous miscalculation. And I'll tell you,
Coco Ware is a tremendous miscalculation, Jim Ross. You know, he won a legal battle recently. He sued his body for non-support. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. But I'll tell you one thing, Dennis Condrey now trying to take over on Coco Ware. And Coco Ware, Condrey.
Beautiful Loverboy. Call him Loverboy. That's the man's name. A tag on beautiful Bobby coming in now, as you see. Look at that. Beautiful Bobby strikes like a snake, like a coiled cobra. He's fantastic. The Midnight Express, I would have to go on record as saying, and look at this beautiful move right here. Do it beautiful, as only you can. Look at that, Jim Ross. Have you ever seen a man do anything like that before?
Well, it was a devastating maneuver. There's no doubt about that.
You know, as I was saying, getting back to the men's size, there's people are saying to me, can these men match strength with a 300-pound man? And I say, do you know how big a buzzsaw is, Jim Ross? A buzzsaw is not too big, but once you grab a hold of it, you find out pretty quickly you can't handle it. Look at this man right here. He just fell on his face, and the Loverboy's in control. Just a momentary lapse there.
Mike Jackson has got the arm
Look
bar.
at, shut up, Jim Ross. Who's doing this? Are you here to interview or interrupt? You can see Dennis Condrey. Look at the man's expression. Look at the man's face, those cold, calculating eyes. Even when he is in a hold, even when his opponent has him temporarily down, he's thinking. The wheels are turning in that mind, and look at that. Speaking of turning, a turnaround power slam by beautiful Bobby. Dennis's mind is always working. He's cold, he's calculating, he's methodical. He's almost, I would have to say, cruel. But I don't really care because he's not cruel to me, you understand. And beautiful Bobby over there, as I said before, he's just a little bit wild sometimes. You know, you never know what the man is going to do. Sometimes I have to calm him down myself. I'm one of the only people who can control the man simply because I possess the one factor that blends these two men together. My mind, my intelligence, my ability to make contracts. You know, I, for a time, played the stock market. But I found that Wall Street was really too easy for me. It didn't tax my cerebral capacities. So I decided to turn my attention to my favorite sport, professional wrestling. And now, these two men are what I am molding into possibly the greatest thing ever to happen to professional wrestling. I'm molding them. Now look at this. The man is obviously pulling hair here. Can you see that? The man is obviously, he pulled the men's hair.
Coco Ware is coming back, and they may be fabulous.
No, Coco Ware is breaking the rules, and they may be fabulous, and they are again. Look at this, and here you see it, the Midnight Massacre. You might as well say the day after, because that's going to be the end of Coco Ware right there.
Well, Eaton's on top. Referee Pee Wee Anderson counts
That's
1, 2,
it.
and 3.
And all I've got to say, Jim Ross, one final comment. Anybody that challenges the Midnight Express is going to end up on more floors than Johnson's Wax.
Well, those are the comments, obviously biased, but a great team indeed, the Midnight Express. And we'll be back with more Mid-South wrestling action after this word from the network.
Some fantastic young stars slated for Mid-South in 1984. And one of the ones I think that impressed me the most is a youngster named Terry Taylor. I'm sure all the ladies are going to enjoy Terry Taylor. He'll be here live in 2 weeks. An exciting youngster, and I think that everybody's going to enjoy his wrestling. Also, we'll be coming back for our television main event, Leaping Lanny Poffo, the Iceman King Parsons against Hacksaw Butch Reed and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. But first, these messages from your Mid-South Television Network.
This event, one fall, or television time remaining, a tag team match. In the red corner, 290 pounds from Reno, Nevada, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And his partner, 260 pounds from Kansas City, Hacksaw Butch Reed.
Tag team action here on Mid-South Wrestling, and I guarantee this place is rocking now. Sister Sledge brings them down in the ring with We Are Family, Iceman King Parsons and his partner, Leaping Lanny Poffo. And they'll be going against the baddest team in all the land. I'll guarantee you the Mid-South Tag Team Champions, Hacksaw Butch Reed and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. With me here at Mike's side, my guest, Jerry the King Lawler. And Jerry, this is going to be a great tag team confrontation.
Well, you know, I would just hesitate to guess that Reed and Neidhart are glad that this is not a title match, because you're looking at two gentlemen right there in the Iceman and in Leaping Lanny who could just be possibly take those titles away from these guys.
That's exactly right. And I'll tell you what, you talk about having the crowd behind you. The people are here. They're standing. They're excited. The music got them fired up. And Poffo and the Iceman, they are ready to do battle with the tag team champions. They've got it all to gain right here, Jerry. On national television, they're going to take it to the limits against the Mid-South Tag Team Champions.
Well, you said it exactly right. The people are excited, and they have good reason to be, because the Iceman and Leaping Lanny are exciting wrestlers. Leaping Lanny has, this guy has more moves than I guess. I've been all over the country, and I've seen them all, and this guy has as many moves as any wrestler that I've seen anywhere. And the Iceman personifies the word excitement. I mean, this guy can get, he can create excitement in and out of the ring.
Well, Iceman King Parsons.
Look at this.
Look at this maneuver. Leaping Lanny, that's got to play some tremendous mind games on the opponents, because which way is a man going to come at you? You don't know. He's unpredictable.
He is just as effective. This may sound funny in a way, but he is just as effective using his feet as weapons as his hands. I mean, I saw him recently turned completely upside down, wrap his feet around a man's neck, and fly and mare the man with his feet and his legs. It's just amazing.
The tag was made. That's their scissors, and Neidhart almost caught himself in a very precarious position as Leaping Lanny with that tremendous quickness. And Poffo, even though he's a very young man, has been wrestling for 10 years. He's got a lot of experience. He likes to say he has youth and experience, and he definitely does that. And now the Iceman, and I guarantee you he'll boogie with him.
That's it. He'll boogie with the best of them.
He will boogie with you.
You know what I like about him? He seems to enjoy himself in the ring. The bigger, the tougher his opponents are, I think the more the Iceman likes it.
Iceman and Neidhart, Neidhart was beaten to the punch there by the Iceman. Drop kick! Boy, tremendous drop kick. That was a thundering drop kick right to the jaw. And Neidhart, like he's wanting timeout, but Parsons turned his back, and you don't turn your backs on Reed or Neidhart.
Nope, that's exactly right. That Neidhart went for a hip toss, and the Iceman reversed it, took him over, but as you said, made that fatal mistake when he turned his back. Whoa, he blocked it. There's a couple of jabs.
The Iceman, with that unorthodox style, he uncorked a big one. He uncorked one, and Hacksaw Butch Reed is going to go outside. He's going to shake his head clear.
Due to commercial commitments, we're forced at this time to break away from this exciting television main event. However, director Oral Link is keeping the cameras rolling. If there is a decision in this bout during the commercial break, we will show it to you immediately following. Now let's have these words from the Mid-South Television Network. The battle is still going in the ring. There's been no decision, and Director Oral Link, let's go right back to the ring and pick up this exciting main event.
Well, that's obviously a point of discussion in the Mid-South area at this point in time. Leaping Lanny Poffo, will he or will he not follow in the family tradition? To steal a line from Hank Williams Jr. If he does, it remains to be seen. He has proved nothing but the utmost in fair play. He's been very friendly to the fans, and I think he's an outstanding young man.
Well, in the matches I've seen him in, he's conducted himself like a perfect gentleman. I don't think he could ask for anything more. I don't think the Iceman right now could ask for a better partner. You know, the guy gives it 110% every time he's in there.
The Mid-South Tag Champions, Neidhart and Reed, working like the well-oiled machine that they are. And Reed coming down with that right hand very viciously, right to the jaw of the Iceman, and another one. And I don't know how much punishment the Iceman can take from that onslaught.
Well, it's going to take more than that to beat the Iceman. I can guarantee you that. You know, there's a maneuver right there that the fans, I don't know if they realize. I mean, this can, it doesn't look like a lot, but that can really sap the strength right out of you, because Butch Reed, what did you say he's weighing in at?
265.
265 pounds, and he's got every bit of it, every bit of that weight concentrated on the upper body, and he's not only trying to squeeze the breath out of the Iceman, but he's also laying all that 265 pounds right on his upper chest, where it's making it difficult for the Iceman to breathe. And he's using that as a maneuver to tire out his opponent and make a pinfall easier to get.
That's right, Jerry. In addition to, he's wrenching that shoulder and taking that shoulder against the grain. So he's using double pressure there, double jeopardy, as it was for the Iceman. But Parsons coming back to his feet now.
That's the best thing he can do, get back to his feet where he doesn't have to bear the weight of both men there. He's firing some elbows into the midsection of Butch Reed.
Parsons fighting right back against Reed, and Reed trying to go for that vertical standing suplex. And the Iceman blocks it, goes for it himself. The Iceman, King Parsons, with that vertical suplex.
If he could have rolled over on top of me, he could have beaten Butch Reed at that point, I think.
Well, Reed is in dire trouble, but likewise as the Iceman, they have been really punishing each other for the past several minutes here in this encounter. Remember, wrestling fans, this is one fall or television time. The tag was made. In comes Leaping Lanny. Lanny Poffo, the legal man in the ring, and he's really taking it to Neidhart and Reed.
As you can see, just as I said, he's not only firing the fist, he's firing the feet too, and put them both down there for a moment.
Well, the referee, Ricky Ferrara, has really got his hands full, because all four men, now the Iceman goes out, collision, a tremendous collision with Neidhart and Iceman. Now Parsons is out on the floor trying to shake the cobwebs there. Now Reed, the good move by the referee there separating the men. The referee trying to separate the men.
You got to watch out for Neidhart now.
Referee Ricky Ferrara, and Neidhart with a cheap shot. A real cheap shot by the Anvil Neidhart as he kicked Poffo right in the head. And Poffo coming back into the ring. But Reed, look at this. Reed has rammed the Iceman's head right into that steel ring post.
Oh, he's out.
Man.
I mean, he's out. His head hit right into the post.
Lanny Poffo now is in a tremendous predicament, because Parsons is out on the floor resulting from that tremendous blow to the head on that steel ring post.
And the bad thing, the referee didn't even see him run his head into the post there. He was busy with Neidhart in the ring.
Parsons is in bad trouble here. And Neidhart has that front face lock, another punishing hold.
He's busted. He's busted.
Oh,
he's busted his
my
head
gosh.
up.
Parsons is busted wide open. He's got a tremendous laceration to the head. Parsons is out on his feet. And look at Reed. Look at Reed, arrogant Reed waving by, but he turned his back on the wrong man. Great move by Poffo. Jerry Lawler said it before, those feet are lethal weapons, and Leaping Lanny Poffo, I tell you what, Jerry, it takes a lot of intestinal fortitude for a man any man to stay in there against two men the caliber of Neidhart and Reed.
Well, I don't know what would be the best thing here. I mean, he is really taking, like you said, not only does it take fortitude, but he's taking an awful chance here trying to, well, he almost won the match single-handedly there, but he has taken an awful chance trying to stay in with the Mid-South Tag Team Champions single-handedly.
Well, you know, in some circles, Leaping Lanny Poffo, as we alluded to earlier, is a little bit maligned. You know, he's a Poffo, so that says enough in most circles. But right now, Lanny Poffo is showing a tremendous amount of courage, and he is really trying to represent him and the Iceman to the best of his ability against two of the toughest men in all of wrestling.
And that's twice he's almost gotten the pinfall on the guys.
Leaping Lanny Poffo now, and I tell you, Jerry, I've been sitting at the desk and around Mid-South Wrestling for a long time. I don't think I've ever sat here in this exact situation. We've got Lanny Poffo by himself against two animals.
Well, what did they take? Where did they took the Iceman to get some medical attention?
I would think that if I don't think he could come.
His head was bleeding badly.
Yeah, I don't think he could come back. I don't know. This is a very unique predicament. And I don't know. The matchmaker Grizzly Smith is here. There's been no intervention thus far. Poffo, I don't think Poffo would want to stop. Poffo is taking it right to. Look at Poffo. Poffo is going right back to that front face lock. And I tell you what, Neidhart and Reed better, if they get complacent at this point in time, it doesn't take but 3 seconds and Poffo's got them beat.
It's good. Oh, it was almost it right there. I think Poffo realizes right now what a feather in his cap, what a reputation this would make for him if he could single-handedly get a pinfall on one of these guys.
Oh, this would, on national television, it would make Randy Poffo. Poffo, look at the great maneuver now. Poffo, great pinning predicament here.
That's his move. He could have him.
Poffo, if he'd wrapped the leg up, maybe he would have had him. Who knows? Poffo could have wrapped the leg. He might have had Reed after that maneuver. And Poffo going back to that front face lock has got Reed in the corner.
Well, the only thing Poffo can hope for, and he's in a bad way now, is that he can keep Reed in there. Because at the moment, Reed is just about as tired as Leaping Lanny is. If Reed ever gets to the corner and makes a tag on the fresh man over there, then Lanny's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Virtually everyone at the Irish Manil Boys Center here is standing.
And there it is right there. He's made the tag. Now he's in trouble because you're looking at a situation here where they can keep a fresh man in and he's just and just wear the man down.
What a body, gosh. Almost driving him through the mat. No one body slams like the Anvil. I don't know. I have never seen anybody body slam like the Anvil. And now Jerry hit the nail right on the head. Well, now they're going to tag in and out. They've got a fresh man in the ring. Jerry, it may be now just a matter of time.
Well, I would think, and I know the guy has a tremendous amount of pride, and I know he realizes that this would be a great feat for him to accomplish. But I think the smartest thing for Lanny to do right now would be to go ahead and concede the match because he could wind up seriously injured in there with two men. I mean, that could do it right there.
He's near the ropes. I don't know if the ropes at this point in time was a good omen or a bad omen. It might have been better for him to get beat right there and save some permanent injury. But Poffo, he's not giving up. You've got to give it to him.
Oh, there's that big slam.
The Gorilla Slam.
Oh.
The Gorilla Slam. And
wait a minute, the people are cheering.
The people are cheering, and we can't see from our vantage point.
It's the Iceman coming back. He's got that head wrapped up.
Iceman King Parsons has come back into the ring. And boy, I'll tell you what, Iceman King Parsons, he's bandaged up. You can tell he was severely lacerated. And referee Ricky Ferrara he's calling for a disqualification. Both teams. He's calling a halt to it, Jerry, right here.
The Iceman is cleaning house.
Iceman King Parsons severely lacerated, coming back into the aid of Leaping Lanny Poffo. The referee, Ricky Ferrara, has called for the bell. He has signaled to us, Jerry, a double disqualification here on Mid-South Wrestling.
Man, Jim, that's like two trains colliding when they threw those two guys together in there.
The Anvil goes over, and Poffo wants to go for the pinfall. Poffo, the bell has rung.
They don't realize it's over.
The bell has rung, a double disqualification.
Wow, what exciting action. What a great tag team battle, a double disqualification. You know, that just proves the old saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Proved that Lanny Poffo has a lot of heart. It also proves that you can't scare the Iceman. That when you hurt him, he just gets motivated. And Butch Reed, you and Neidhart at some time are going to have to face the Iceman one-on-one. We want to thank you again for inviting us in your home. We hope the holiday season has been a great occasion for you and your family. Next week on Mid-South Wrestling, a tag team title bout, a first on TV, in a steel cage. One fall, no disqualification. Mr. Wrestling 2's mask versus the titles, as Mr. Wrestling 2 and Magnum TA put it all on the line against Hacksaw Butch Reed and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. In 2 weeks, the Country Music Association's Country Comic of the Year from 1973 through 1981, Jerry Clower from Yazoo City, Mississippi, a great person, and I'm proud to say a friend of mine, will drop in here on his favorite wrestling program for a visit. More news about that. TV Championship Tournament that will be coming up on Mid-South Wrestling for the TV Championship and a $10,000 prize. And now thanks again for joining us. We hope you tune in next week. We'll see you right here on Mid-South Wrestling.